Welcome back, guys. Today we're doing a little bit of a different video. We've come up to visit Roma. This is Steve, the owner of Roma. We're going to go over why we chose to work with them and what's different about going with Roma over other batteries in the market. Now we have a couple of batteries on the desk. We have the Roma 105 and another brand of 100 amp hour lithium battery. What we're going to do is we're going to show you inside of the Roma battery to show you why it demands that little bit of a higher price bracket. So Steve, can you just tell us about the 105, please?
Well, this is actually a new product. So the 105, we do a lot of larger batteries, but the 105 we only brought in quite recently. But we brought this into the SMART4 range. So the same features that we have across all of the different batteries are built into this. So it looks very compact. I think the point is it looks very, very similar to a 100 from another brand. So we just kind of want to show some of the other little bits and pieces. As you said, they're a bit more expensive, you know, the main reason for that, it just costs us a bit more to make it. There's just a few more bits inside and the engineering and that. So SMART4 in general has been out for 6 months now, and out of all of the, well, approaching 1,000 batteries delivered now, we've only had one problem, and that was a switch that we lift the lid on and put back on. So the failure rate is effectively 0. So we're really happy with the reliability, and I think that's something that we can demonstrate.
Okay, and the components are basically the same through the whole range, whether it be a 100 all the way up to a 400?
Yeah, effectively. So obviously the 100 is slightly lower power, so some of the bus bars are thinner, they're the smaller cells, of course, but the engineering and the parts are pretty much the same, consistent across the range.
Okay, so if we can open up and just have a little look inside and sort of get...
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, there is the full teardown video on the Roma YouTube site, but I think there's just a couple of things to really kind of highlight across here. Well, number one, the case, you can actually open it up, it's serviceable. So we opened this one just to sort of have a little play around with the inside, but it is a glued case and it's solid. We had to really chunk that too. So this is something that can be repaired. Products, parts can be replaced on the fly if needed. Makes it a very serviceable, sort of long-term effective one as well. So there's kind of little differences inside that you might notice. There's things like, instead of using sort of little cables, we use these copper bus bars. Everything's sort of kept nice and neat. The BMS is a larger BMS for the battery because it's actually a 200 amp BMS that's in a 100 amp battery. And just we try to keep everything neat, tidy, waterproof and sealed. So I think there's just little improvements, you know, that we can add on: power buttons, communications ports. You know, although it looks the same, it's still going to deliver a similar capacity. We expect this to last longer and go further as well. Probably something to have a look at is the sheet.
Sure.
So, as an example of some of the extra ways that we spend a bit more money making the battery, so everything in the factory goes through a full test. So we produce a sheet that comes with every battery, and it shows that it's been fully charged until the cutoff, fully discharged to the cutoff, and it shows the cell balance, which is, you know, very, very close, and that's a measure of the matched qualities of the cells.
Yep.
We produce the serial numbers of those cells. They're all recorded. You've got a little QR code on the side here, so you can scan that. That's, you know, not hugely essential for day-to-day purposes, but it just shows quality. We're fully traceable. Every component that goes into it is there. It's not a generic battery. So yeah, you know, we're super happy with the quality at SMART4, and yeah, I think it's just having that reassurance, that confidence, you know, when you put something like that in your van, that it's going to work, and it's going to work, and it's going to continue working, even if you travel all over the world.
Sure. And you've got the app that goes alongside the SMART4 as well? Yeah,
so we've got the SMART4 app, so we can actually have a look at that if you want. So we brought a new app out for SMART4. So anyone who's had the SMART2 or the SMART3, that used a slightly different BMS. It's a different app, but the new one we've designed from scratch.
Okay.
You can hear it beeping as well. You can sort of see on there all the main information. You can go into details, settings and so on, and then sort of calibrate. So there's a lot of stuff there. You can also take that data that comes out of the SMART4 battery. That's what these ports are for. So you can link it up with different screens, Simmarine, Victron, Garmin, Savvy Vans, whatever your control system that you have in your van, that will communicate directly with the battery. So
So that's quite interesting because some of the coach build stuff have got the Garmin setting in it, whereas not all batteries, I would imagine, can communicate with that. So that's quite good that can.
No, the Bluetooth app is really useful, and I think that's probably enough for most people. To be honest, they want to have a quick look and see what's going on inside the battery. But if you do have a system, or you are building a Victron system, especially, just being able to network that in, so it means that your battery capacity is accurately reflected on the screen. It all matches, and it just, again, just another little point that just makes it flow and just makes it a little bit easy to use. Because this is our fourth version of our batteries now. So we've been able to take our first version, we make improvements, the second and third and fourth. So now, I wouldn't say we perfected it, but this is the best battery we can possibly make right now. So, and then we're just taking feedback on all the time on how to do that. But I think the number one feedback we've had in the market in general, not specifically about our batteries, but the number one thing that people are looking for is that just reliability, just knowing that they trust it. They know that they can just venture and go and do whatever they want to do. And they're confident that it's just going to keep working.
So the other good thing about buying one of your batteries, you don't just buy the battery and then it's see you later, off you go. Obviously you're there as technical support. I've rung up a number of times and asked questions, just silly questions as it would seem, and you're always willing to sort of answer and give that support. Yeah.
It's not just me anymore. We've got a full team in Roma. We've grown over the years since we first met, and that's something that, because I've always had vans and I've converted vans, that I build the batteries that I want to put in my own camper van. So I know that, and I moved into then designing electrical systems and using some of my engineering skills to sort of help people do the rest of it and how to integrate it. So in terms of how to set things up, it's kind of there. So then we've got the Campervan Electrics Facebook group, which is kind of 150,000 members now. We've got the Instagram. There's loads of ways to contact us and get that support. We launched the knowledge base this year as well. So we've got the support hub, and there's loads of articles on how to set all of that kind of stuff. And also moving into more of the motorhome, the coach built stuff, being able to integrate that with the motorhome systems, how to set up the CBE and the Sargent systems, and how to do all that kind of stuff. That's becoming more and more popular, and that kind of fits with the smaller batteries we're selling as well.
I think that's really good, because that means you're not only catering for the self-build market now, there's interest coming from lots of different areas. So we came to you on the self-build sort of side of things really, and that was great, but for here you're now going into the other markets. That's really good to hear as well. Yeah, and that's something that just comes with reputation and reliability. Now we're getting into the big coach built that are now installing small batteries like this as standard, and then looking to put the bigger ones in as upgrades. And then so just being able to sell in volume and going into those sort of markets is good for us. And I think with the SMART4 especially, we've added some features that make it easier to drop in. So, for example, on the app there's an emergency mode. So one of the problems with lead acid chargers is if the battery runs flat, you can't wake it up, because the lead acid charger it doesn't detect it and it can't charge it. Okay. So now you can go on the app, you can press a button, it releases that protection, allows you to charge it. So little things like that again that we just added that make it not just suitable for the self-build market, but that kind of stuff. So it's a useful feature for everybody, but it's especially for someone that's upgrading existing equipment. Okay. Well, there we go, guys. That gives you a bit of a better understanding of what you get on the outside. Just looks like a box, just the same as the next box. However, what's inside, as well as what comes part of the package of being part of the Roma family, is a different kettle of fish. Cool. And just encourage people to go and have a look at the teardown video as well. You can actually see we spend a lot of time. We actually take a battery completely apart and show you the bits and pieces. So we're very proud of what's inside the battery. It's why we're not afraid to show what's inside. So I will leave a link in the description so you can go down and check that video out as well, should you wish to do so. But thank you very much, Steve. Cool. Really appreciate it. It's been great to see that. We're now going to have a look at some other services that are offered from Roma. Some of you guys that are regulars to the channel may recognise this gentleman here. Hi. This is Alex. He's going to tell us about what he does for Roma.
So I do the Roma design consultations for customers. So people who maybe don't know what their system needs or want a new system for the van, call up and they can get a design meeting with me or Steve, where we can design a completely brand new system from the ground up for every component really, to make it work for them.
And obviously that applies to people that just buy a battery or buy an entire system?
Yeah, either or really. So if you just bought a battery, you can get a free consultation to discuss really anything from changing it from an existing system, all the way to I have nothing installed at all at the minute and want an entire system designed for your needs, really, from the ground up.
And what does a typical build seem to look like these days?
Our most popular is our sort of concept of go gas free. So that's a lot of people changing from gas cooking over to electric or induction cooking. So most of our systems are multi+2s, 3000 VA inverters. The new Orion XS50, which is immediately popular as soon as that came out, solar. So basically pretty powerful system to support off-grid cooking and electrics.
So very similar to the system that both of us have in our vans already.
Pretty much. Well, since we're in the Roma warehouse, I might as well show you what I do as my job. So consultations, these are some of my consultations. So some customers going for smaller upgrades, all your cabling, your lugs, everything, and some customers going for some big upgrades or in a brand new systems. That's what it looks like at the end, put on a pallet. But this is what you get after a consultation meeting, is a custom designed schematic for your system. With all your cabling sizes, a fusing, all of it, and then we supply all those little bits from the big bits all the way down to the little components. So it's a full system shipped to your door so you can build it.
And to give you an idea of other options that are available in the range within Roma, the 105 you've seen already. Over here we have the 460, and this one is a 230 under seat for those T5, T4 owners and other people that can get batteries under their seats. So like I say, a big thank you to Steve and the team at Roma for hosting us today. It's been an amazing day. I know we've learned something, I hope you have too. I will leave links down below should you wish to go and pick yourself up a battery from Roma, or just ask them any questions. If you do any questions yourself, please do leave them in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and notification bell to hear when the next video goes live. See you in the next video.